How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the Montpellier career mode episode number 9, and we are heading straight into a sim match against Stade Rennais. This was supposed to be in the last episode, but I just ran out of time to fit it in. And it was a good game, actually, good result for us. We ended up winning the game 2-0 as we picked up two quite nice goals, one just before the end of the first half and one just as the second half started. So really good result for us, and we beat that team. I think we drew with them last time, or we might have actually lost them. But they've got some decent players in the team, but a good win is always nice. It did come at a little bit of a cost, as Florent Mollet did go ahead and pick up a 5-day injury. He would be fit and available for the next game, but I decided to rotate anyway, just take him out. I think he wasn't quite fully sharp, so I decided to just leave him out. And we started this game against FC Nantes with a slightly rotated team. Barbosa came and asked if he could get into the first team, which I eventually said yes to. And a couple of other players were rotated in. You can see the team for Nantes it was a pretty strong one. Alan Kardec up top, I believe, was from the Chinese Super League, so a good signing for them. A lot of the players were very similar though. Vacharin, obviously, Delors and Laborde starting. Barbosa and Vacharin really the main two that we switched out. The wing backs we seem to switch out most games anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. We got the first chance of the game. Vacharin hitting his shot wide, probably should have done a bit better, but it was on his weaker foot. And shortly after that, they would go ahead and score the first goal of the game, picking up a nice goal actually. It was a nice lofted ball over the top of our defence, and the striker there goes ahead and just waits for it and cushions it into the back of the net. Really nice finish from their striker. Come close again. Vacharin seems to be the one getting all the chances in this game. A really nice shot actually. I didn't think much of it until I saw the replay. Keeper didn't even move, and actually it was pretty close. So a nice little chance there for us, but just failing to capitalise on our chances. But we always have a chance when we've got this man up top. Andy Delors with probably his 14th or 15th goal this season. He is also on fire. Gaëtan Laborde gets a lot of praise from me, but Andy Delors does exceptionally well on this team. He's got insane amounts of assists and goals. I think he's in a positive goal contribution record at the moment this season. He's having a very, very good season. That's a really nice finish from him as well. Outside of the boot shot, very, very tidy finish. Wouldn't last too long though, as just before the first half we would go ahead and concede a really sloppy goal really from our point of view. We've got five defenders, 3 centre-backs. Barbosa's not even looking at the ball there as it's played in, and considering he wants more game time, he really should be looking at the ball at least when he's defending across there. Really poor defending from us. We would get bailed out though by our other main man up top, Gaëtan Laborde. Really, really good finish from him. He absolutely leathers it into the back of the net, coming off the crossbar and going in. I actually thought he might get a little bit unlucky and it might rebound out. It didn't though, and luckily for us it goes in, and just really good play. Our 2 strikers bailing us out in this game, really helping us out and ensuring that we are still in the game. We started off the second half pretty well again. We were pretty dominant, I would say. Got the first chance of the second half, and a really good save by their goalkeeper. I can't remember his name. He used to be really good. Lafont, that's it. Very good goalkeeper. Used to be really high potential. I'm not sure what his potential is nowadays, but a very good save from him nonetheless. Sadly for us though, it's another last-minute equaliser. Last-minute goal, not even equaliser. As Nantes go ahead and put the ball in the back of the net. Alan Kardec supposedly gets the winner if we didn't score from this chance, as Mavididi was played in off the bench. He is the man that always scores in the last few minutes, but it's only in the 90th minute, and sadly that was the 88th minute, so Mavididi doesn't score. It was a really poor game from us. I was very frustrated because we conceded every single shot that we had. Omlin didn't have the best of games in goal, although really, I can't be blaming the goalkeeper every time that we concede, because sometimes it is up to our defenders and they just did not have a good game. Barbosa played poorly, Stambouli played pretty bad, Hilton had a pretty poor game, and our wing-backs were not even in the game. So, overall, maybe a deserved loss. We just weren't quite at the races in that game, and really we were still in the game from some just good attacking play from our 2 strikers. Everybody else seemed to be a little bit subpar in that game, so a little bit of a disappointing result. And yeah, it made me think of changing the team going into the next game, because it was just a really poor game from our point of view. We got a scout report there from all of our scouts coming back. I can't remember if any of them had their last scout reports for this one, but it didn't matter. None of them were particularly very good. We called a couple up to see what they were like, If there's somebody really good that I'm going to call up straight away, I'll always show you the players that we call up. And at the end of the season, we'll go through all of the Youth Academy players in sort of like a season roundup of ones that have stayed and ones that I've just gotten rid of. So we'll go through that at the end of the season, because I don't see much point in going into massive details with every single youth player we sign up, because chances are they're probably not going to make it, or they're just not going to be good enough to really show you right away. So that's my sort of take on youth players. If people want to see them every month or so, every time we get a youth squad report, I'll always show them. But for now, I just think I prefer maybe to show them at halfway points in the season, or just at the end of the season, or when I'm calling players up. We went into the next game of the episode against Stade Rennais, and they have got a very good team. Obviously, in real life, they are lacking a few players that they started here. Rafinha's at Leeds. Their goalkeeper, Mendy, wasn't even starting in this game. He's obviously at Chelsea. And I believe their left-back has also moved away, or another player in the team isn't at the team anymore. So they've definitely had a weakened team in real life. Sadly for us, they weren't so weak in this game, as they were just absolutely dominant in the first half. Fantastic. Honestly, this game, I was frustrated at how we were playing, but it made me happy to play a game of FIFA where I didn't feel like I was always in control, and I didn't have to just pass it around, and I actually had to properly sit down and play the game properly, because just couldn't get a single pass right in this game. We were all over the place tactically and defensively woeful. It was just poor. And once they scored their second goal, which by the way was a fantastic finish, held off the man that was trying to tackle him, and Rafinha just puts that in the top corner. Really, really nice finish. And he might be doing that at Leeds in real life, I'm not sure, but in the game he's certainly doing mad bits. I think he's got about 9 goals this season for Stade Rennais, so he's having a very good season in the game. It got worse for us as Terrier, I believe on loan from Olympique Lyonnais, puts that in the back of the net, and it's another poor goal from our point of view. We just torn apart defensively, and we looked really, really weak. Got one chance here towards the end with Vachar, and good block from the defenders. They just played very well defensively. They had one final chance from a free kick, but Nzonzi puts it wide and spares our blushes, as we didn't go ahead and concede 4. Just 3 goals in this game. Really poor from our point of view. Defensively didn't look good enough, and yeah, stats-wise, fully deserved to lose that game. I'm not even sure if we deserved to really score. We had a couple of chances as we were attacking, but no real shots, as they just defensively looked fantastic. Hilton had a pretty shocking game, and you can see here their defenders, an 8.6 for Ndicka, 7.8 I think that was for their other man at the back. So really good performance by Stade Rennais, really dreadful performance by us, and luckily for us it would get much easier, as after that game we faced Monaco, so that was good. Yeah, I looked at the run of games that we had after this game. We had Monaco, next one is Lille, after that PSG, and then Lorient for the final game, and that'll be all next episode. But heading into this game against Monaco, I was worried. I changed things a little bit more tactically. I set up individual tactics for defensive and attacking. As I hadn't properly done that really, I just sort of relied on what was default there. So I properly set all that stuff up. I made sure that Stambouli was now playing in the centre of the defence. Ilton was starting on the right hand side of that back 5 with the 3 centre backs. I just thought that Stambouli was probably made the most sense, as he is more of a DM. He could play a bit further forward and play as more of that stopper. And it seemed to have worked a little bit better in this game. Yes, we conceded first, but we looked a little bit better on the ball. Passing was much better. And from this here, you can see Vachar plays a 1-2 with Delors. Really good play by these two. And he is becoming a staple player in this team. I love Mollet, but Vachar is really, really putting a name out for himself in this team. He looked really, really good. Good movement, good passing, and he's now got goals and assists to his name with very few games started really. He's come off the bench a lot, and when you look at his stats at the end of the season, bear in mind I would say a good 60 to 70% of those games are off the bench. He's been really good for us, really, really good. Sadly for us, our lead didn't last long, as they go ahead and put the ball in the back of the net. Really, really good finish by this man. I have no idea who he is. It's his first goal of the season, but it was a really, really good finish from him. And stats-wise, we were poor in terms of shots, but I think we played better in this game than we did against Stade Rennais. I don't know why, because when you look at the stats at half-time, it was pretty poor. In the second half, sadly, as I scored and looked over to record, to make sure I was recording for the second half, I realised that I'd forgotten to record, which is really annoying because this is probably one of the best comebacks I've had, as we did actually go ahead and equalise in the 90th +2 +3 minutes. A really good goal. Vasharin again making brace for himself, making a goal, and just good play from the throw-in. Nice play. Vasharin runs onto it. No chance for the goalkeeper to save that as he hits it with a lot of power. And that was how the game ended. A really, really good result for us. 2-2 against Monaco, away from home, considering how we played in that first half. Much, much better in the second half. And overall, I'm really happy with that. That is going to end the episode, though. I do hope you enjoyed watching. Do leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you for the next episode of the Montpellier Career Mode very soon. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.